And I want to talk about this one box before we lose it because I want to make sure people see this thing,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Can I
yes.
show them this, Anna? Can I show them this thing right now?
Yes, you can. We're gonna hear a full
I know
screen for
you got,
you.
There you go.
well, they got one over there, but I'm going to show it to you on my side. And this is our newest interface to the family. It's iRig Pro Quattro. You'll see we have iRig devices that are single channel, or we have iRig Dual, which are 2 channels. But this is 4 channels that you can bring in at one time. So what I like to call this is like your Rodecaster without the buttons. Because a Rodecaster gives you those 4 channels you can get audio into. So you got 4 different microphones you can bring. You got 4 different microphone inputs on this device as well. And you have a left and right RCA, so you can bring in a mixer. If you got your actual controls for volume on each set of the top of the buttons. And you've got
Bring
direct
that up a little
monitoring.
bit more, Derek. So we,
There you
yes,
go.
yeah,
You've
okay,
got
yeah.
direct monitoring and loop back. If I can point to everything, I used to point and everything, but you got direct monitoring and loop back and a limiter. If you guys know what a limiter does, it's going to give you that great sound for your microphone to let it push up a little bit and get a little bit more, I won't say volume, a little bit more sound effect out of that microphone. So limiter is super important for you. But lots of stuff going on this device, and you can actually add in little, and I think I sent them to Fuljens, little microphones on top that make it like a field recorder. So if you're out there and you're filming with stuff, you want to have an actual field recorder on your phone, you plug this baby in right here and you've got 4 channels of audio coming in, just like a Rodecaster. So just think of, if I don't have space for a Rodecaster, but I still need 4 channels or 4 microphones coming in into Ecamm, I can get this smaller box and it'll go in my duffel bag, and wherever I land, I've got an instant setup to get 4 channels of audio in there.
That
What do you think?
is hot. That is, I mean, because it's true. You can now be able to, I mean, you don't need. We travel a lot.
Yeah.
We travel and we
Yep.
bring the
The
roadcaster,
Rodecaster.
and it's a monster.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and this is, look at. I will show like, look at my hands, right?
Exactly.
Look at my hands.
Exactly.
Let's put it on big screen, on a screen, so that we can just, right.
Yep. There it is. There it
Right?
is.
And look at this. So it's like the other one was the size of Derrick hands, and here's from the bottom up to mine. This is how
Yes.
small it is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's very nice and lightweight. So you wouldn't
Very
be,
powerful. Very
yeah.
powerful.
Yet it feels pretty rugged. And I had a chance to test it out. It sounds awesome on the Lewitt. It sounds amazing. And what I appreciate about it is the connectivity that it comes equipped with, right? Because
Yep.
not only are you able to connect this using USB-C, but you also provided a cable to connect it directly to your iPhone with a lightning cable. So you were talking about like connecting your Lewitt and stuff like that. You can just plug this directly to the iPhone and connect
Yep.
4 XLR microphones on here.
Yep.
4
Yep.
XLR mics, and have a full professional podcast right on your phone.
Have
And that's
four
what I
guests,
use.
like
I
3
use it on
guests
my
plus
desk.
host.
Yep. And I use and I love the Rodecaster, and I bought it, but then I sent it back. Not because it was bad, but because I didn't need it. I was still using this. So I thought, well, I don't need 4 more channels. So I kept this, and of course I used the good old Stream Deck. We all have the Stream Deck, right? So
Right.
between that and the Quattro, I don't need all the buttons on the Stream Deck. So I was good to go, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So as a portable system, that's the win. Give me a Stream Deck and a Quattro, I'm good.
Yeah.
For real.
Right.
Yeah.
It comes with batteries, but if you're using the USB, you don't need to have the batteries plugged in. It's really awesome. It's awesome.
So here's a question, for example, because when I first started, which we would love to hear how you learn about Ecamm Live, Derek, but
Sure.
when I first started with Ecamm and I was looking at microphones and I was looking at XLR, I had no clue about microphones, like a lot of us who started with Ecamm. And then somebody said, oh, you need an audio interface and blah, blah, blah. So I purchased an audio interface. I had no clue what, I mean, it was small. It was like, it cost me like $120.
Yeah.
And I got it. I had no clue what it did. It had a lot of buttons, right? And then it's like, it didn't have the monitoring. And
Right.
I tried calling support to help me out. The support was almost non-existent.
Yeah, I hate
Talk
that.
to me about the support for IK.
Okay, we have a strong team of support professional. I can't talk today. Support team that answers the phone for you. So Normally, you shoot an email first. They get the reply back. They say, "Hey, what was your question?" They call back and give you the answer for it. They've got like at least 8 to 10 guys to answer those calls. So it's a pretty big team, and they're pretty
Nice.
responsive. I mean, most of those guys I've helped train. So we want to get you up and running. We know that you're out there working on the content or working somewhere where you need to get that sound in. So we try to get back to you as soon as possible.
Yes, that's what I like to hear. And we have some great questions for you, Derek.
Yeah. Question comes from Yvette. Can this be used to play keyboard and singing with mic outdoors?
You surely can. If you took your keyboard and plugged it into the left and right RCA and then plugged your microphone into one of the inputs, you can be singing and playing at the same time. So you can go out of this device into a set of speakers or into your computer or be recording. So it will take in all those devices and your keyboard at the same time for sure. And something else to remember, we talk about loopback. Does anybody know what loopback is? Fuljens, you know what loopback is?
I can't give you a definition, but I have an understanding of it. So take it away, Derek.
It's like when you want to hear music from the computer inside what you're talking about while you're talking. Like let's say you have a track and you want to play that track in the track while you're talking on the microphone, but you only have one signal going in. You can use loopback to get that sound and it'll be playing along with the music you have from the computer at the same time. It's kind of a unique thing to do. And super important if you have different things you want to play on your computer and talk at the same time. Kind of nifty. If you want to hear yourself while the mix is going on, you can be
Right.
directly monitoring the entire mix going out
Yep.
in your
That is
headset.
great.
So that's a
Yeah.
pretty professional level thing to have on a small interface that big, is to have direct monitoring.
Yeah, definitely. And I love that you can bring audio in. So if you have a Rodecaster Pro, you want to connect all that stuff, you could bring that
Yep,
into the
you can bring it
production
on
of
in.
the Quattro. So you could hear the sound effects, all that
Sure.
will be coming in there. So
All that
that's
will be
awesome.
coming in.
That's
I
awesome.
love the sounds, DJ. Woo, woo, the sound.
Our next question comes from Tom Morris. Tom is asking, will it record separate audio tracks?
Yes, indeed. All 4 separate tracks. There's a button on the top that says mono, stereo, or multi. If you
Mm-hmm.
put it in multi, it will record all 4 channels into eCam separately. If you put it on stereo,
Oof.
it'll record them as stereo. But it's great to have that functionality because eCam will let you record multiple channels at the same time. So now this device will do the same, just like your Rodecaster does.
Sick. The
Yes,
next
sir.
question is from Miguel. Is there a place to save content on that device? I have the Zoom PodTrack P4. I am doing a comparison.
The Zoom saves it on a SD card. This saves it to your phone. So you're actually using your phone as the storage device. So there is no SD card on the box, but it uses your phone as the storage. So I don't think that's a better or worse. I think if you're getting it on your phone and you are able to get back to your setup and plug your phone in, your audio's still there. You can dump everything at the same time. So it depends on what you're doing. If you like to have your SD card and put it somewhere else and plug it into another small device, I get that. But I kind of like having it on my phone because this way I don't lose the SD card. Think
Mm.
about it. When you put on the SD card, you got to keep track of that thing. If
Mm-hmm.
it's on my phone, it's not going anywhere. I'm not losing
Mm-hmm.
my phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit easier that way.
Yeah. And for me, just from using this, and we have the Zoom PodTrack P4, I'm just so drawn to this now. Like I think this blows the P4 out the water, honestly, in terms of like the connectivity and what it can do over the
I just
P4.
look this. I like. Like the sleekness of it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how it will look good on the, people just check out your stuff. People just comment out, what is that?
Yeah.
What is so?
Yeah. And my favorite was the Zoom H6. This like in terms of
Yeah.
like how it's
Yeah.
built, it's built
Yeah.
rugged
Yeah.
like the H6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Built
it kinda
similar
looks
to it for
like
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
similar. They look
Yeah.
like that.
It's awesome.
That's why we gave you those little microphones because it makes you feel like you got Zoom 6 going on when you put those little microphones on.
Right, exactly.
We kind of gave you that love. We wanted to make you feel better. It's all right.
It does look like it.
And then maybe you could just reiterate this for Tom is asking, does IK have an app for recording? And I think you
Yeah, it's
touched a
called
little bit on
iRig
that.
Recorder. So we have a recording audio app. We do not have a video app yet, though. So the iRig Recorder app will record your audio with the actual plugins and some of the effects that you can use to make it sound a little better. So you can be using that app and maybe putting some compression on it or limiter on it, something like that. That we do have. And we have other recording apps that are out there that you can put on your phone that you can use with any of our devices. So just don't be afraid to jump into the IK Multimedia pool and see all the recording apps we have available. There's so many that will make things work for you. So I think you'd be excited. There he goes. I recorded 3. There you go.
And
That's
it's
the one. See, look
free
at that.
99. Free 99.
Super easy, super portable, right there.
That's right.
There's a stereo imager, compressor, 3-band EQ, all the stuff you need. Like if you had a physical mixer, you have it in your phone right there. So it makes it super handy.